everybody, welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. Make sure I'm muted. Sound test 1 2 3. It's been a while since I've done a live show, and I'm an amateur anyway. Like 10 years from now, I'll still be making amateur mistakes. It's part of my charm, right? Let's see who's here. Stark Raven Wild is here. Welcome in. Faded. Welcome in. I'm going to reconnect real quick just to see the chat. So, hey everybody, welcome in. I got one update for you, and then like a little tough love lecture that's kind of not reselling related, but kind of right up my alley. You guys know I'm ABT, always be teaching, and I love to share my mistakes with the world and have you guys not make the same mistakes as I do. So let's say hi to everybody else, and we're just going to come on right on in. Southern Blue Skies is here. Holly, Whitley's Wears, Northwest Purple Sparkles, and Pete. Welcome in, guys. So here's the thing. Here's what I want to talk to you about today. I am absolutely the type of person that will not go to the doctor or to the emergency room unless my head is chopped off and I'm carrying it in my own 2 hands into the hospital for them to reattach it. That sounds very drastic, but it just is what it is. The irony is I grew up in a healthcare family. My mother was an RN, my dad was the head of radiology, and I worked in the healthcare field for over 2 decades. But I myself, unless my head is chopped off or I'm unconscious and someone else is taking me to the hospital and I don't have a choice, I don't go. That said, there are very few exceptions to the rule. I do go see my PCP twice a year. I do have life-sustaining medication I do have to take for some issues that I have, and I have to see her once every 6 months just to get a checkup and get the prescriptions renewed. Obviously, if I don't do that, I would probably stroke out and die, so I do that. And then I do see my pain specialist, because when you have a bad back or a disability that causes you debilitating pain, you have to check in with your pain specialist, because without her, I don't think I could do what I do and survive. Not only does she give me medications that help me cope and pain meds, but she also gives me quality of life situations that help me cope, like yoga moves and certain things that I can do to help myself. But that said, it doesn't matter. I could be puking my guts out for a week and know that I'm severely dehydrated, and I won't go. I just won't. I'm stubborn. I know a lot of people like that. It just is what it is. And so that said, this is like a cautionary tale for you guys, because I don't want anybody to get into a situation that I am currently in or just currently lived through. So I've had migraines my whole life, ever since I can remember. And they were always treatable. Like I could take a couple of Excedrin, or if it was the time of year where allergies were causing it and the pressure was in here, I could take some kind of sinus medication. And I could lay down in a dark room with an ice pack if it was really bad. For the most part, like 90% of the time, for most of my life, I could power through and I would feel like crap, but I could function. And then once in a while, they would get debilitating and bad enough that I would have to lay in a dark room with an ice pack on my head or take a nap or something. That was very few and far in between. And for longtime subscribers, you probably noticed a pattern. It's been about 1.5 years now that they've been getting gradually more frequent. They've been getting worse. They're harder for me to take care of. They are not easily controllable. I'd have to say it was probably around spring of 2018 when they started to become more frequent. I started getting them more often. And they were harder for me to treat. They were lasting for longer than a day. They were causing nausea. They were making me really, really sick. And it just kept getting worse. And of course, me being me, I didn't want to go to the doctor. So I got one late Saturday night, and it got bad enough that had my PCP not been able to fit me in yesterday afternoon, and had Keith not been able to drive me, I would have gone to the ER. I legit was going to call an ambulance. I have, as of yesterday, I had not been able to even keep down sips of water. So it was like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Like I was on day 4. I hadn't eaten anything since lunch on Saturday. I wasn't like just one sip of water and I was throwing up. I could not keep anything down, and I could feel how severely dehydrated I was. And then starts this horrific cycle, like, you know, the more dehydrated you get, the worse your headache or the worse your migraine will get. The worse your migraine gets, the more nauseated you get, the more you're barfing, the more, it's just this horrible cycle. And I'm sorry, if you really don't care about my health, you can just tune me out, or if you're watching the replay, you can fast forward. But while I was down and out, I did receive a ton of well wishes, and I wanted to thank everyone that did reach out to me, everyone that commented in the group, everyone that sent me messages and emails and Instagram and Facebook and everywhere else. I got private messages on Facebook. I got a lot of messages from people who were concerned about me and wishing me well and wishing me to get better. So I do absolutely appreciate that 1,000 million trillion %. You guys are the best. And so for those of you who were concerned and who did reach out, I'm telling you that I'm better, I guess. Kind of. It still hurts. It's like right here. But anyway, if you don't care, you can just fast forward or tune me out. But I did get severely dehydrated, and I was going to go to the ER. It was bad enough that I felt like I was going to die. And that's probably a little bit of an exaggeration, but it was bad. And for those of you who also, and I didn't realize this either, but the outpouring of messages and the concern from you guys, while amazing, and I really appreciate it, you guys are the best, I didn't realize there were so many other migraine sufferers in the world. There seems to be a lot of us, and a lot of you shared your stories with me and how your migraines go and what works for you.
Apron believes fresh, seasonally inspired ingredients make meals worth sharing.
What works for you?
Recipes, you're not just making dinner.
And I just didn't realize there were that many other people in the world who suffer from migraines. It's outrageous. But for those of you that do, that get them bad enough that you can't keep anything down, you know what I'm talking about. Just the severe dehydration and everything. So I did not go to the ER. My PCP gave me Zofran. It's an anti-nausea med. I took it a lot when I was pregnant. So women folk who had severe nausea when you were pregnant might have heard of Zofran. It's an anti-nausea med. So she sent me home. She told me to take that. She said to give it till today. If I still couldn't keep water down, she did want me to go to the ER and get an emergency IV and get some saline pumped into me to hydrate me, because clearly you can die from dehydration. So she did give me anti-nausea meds in an attempt to prevent an ER visit. So I went to bed last night at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, legit. I went straight to the pharmacy. She gave me Emitrex for the migraines and Zofran for the nausea, and I came home and took all my meds, laid down in the bed, and I legitimately slept for like 12 plus 4. I slept for 16 hours, and today I've had chicken broth. Ironically enough, on Saturday before the migraine hit, I made a big pot of homemade chicken noodle soup. I must have had a premonition that something was going to happen, but anyway, I've had 2 cups of chicken broth today. I've had 2 glasses of water, and I've had a Gatorade. So I'm definitely keeping stuff down, and still right here, it's like lingering, but I can function again. This is like one of the ones I used to get that kind of like, I don't know, if you suffer from migraines, you guys know about the auras that you get and like the little bands of pressure that you get across here. So I still have that, but I'm functioning. I'm not dehydrated. I'm not dying anymore. Thank you so much for the super chat, Danny, of $4.99. Dancing makes headaches feel better. I don't know about that. Like, I didn't move for a couple of days. I didn't even want to walk anywhere. But I am feeling better. So those of you that were concerned, that's what happened. That's why I was MIA for 3 days. I almost had to go to the hospital. Hopefully moving forward, now that I have a preventative migraine medication given to me by the doctor, I won't even have to deal with this anymore. It'll just be like, I'll start to feel that aura. I'll start to feel the bands. I know a migraine's coming on. I know a storm is coming. All of the different causes that cause my migraines. When I know that's coming, when I see when I see it happening, I guess is the word I'm looking for, I'm still kind of out of it. I can take that and I'll be fine. So for those of you that were asking, I'm okay. I'm going to live for now. But my cautionary tale, and the don't do what I do, don't make the same mistakes as me. If you have some kind of chronic condition like headaches or backaches or anything like that, and you notice that it's gradually getting worse and it's harder and harder for you to control, and it's getting to the point where you can't do anything about it at home, don't be stubborn. Go to your doctor. Do not be stubborn. Go to your doctor. Get it taken care of. Because it's legitimately as easy as her writing me a prescription and telling me, when you feel the aura, when you know a storm is coming, when one of your triggers is the word I'm looking for. When one of my triggers happens, just take a pill and I'll be fine. So I could have dealt with this a year and a half ago. So don't be me. Go to your doctors regularly. Don't let yourself go 3 days without even able to drink water until you think you have to go to the hospital. And thank you again, everybody, for all the messages and telling me, checking on me, I guess, and asking how I was. And Wendy, she said that too, actually. It could be that we're getting more and more storms here lately. There's a hurricane right now, and she said that can affect the barometric pressure all the way up here in PA. But also getting older, hormonal changes and things like that, they can get worse. All right, that said, I did not do the drawing for the $20 winner yet because I was clearly in bed and dying. I will be doing that today as soon as we get done with shipping. I need Keith home. I guess I don't actually need Keith home to do it, but I want him home because I'm going to have him go live on my phone and Facebook and film the phone with me on the computer doing the random number generator to pull the winner so that you guys can see the entire process from beginning to end. So it's 1000% fair and you guys can see everything I'm doing. So as soon as we get done with shipping today around 3:30, 4 o'clock, we will be pulling the winner. I didn't forget. I wasn't trying to avoid it. I just was trying to live. So yeah, Pittsburgh weather really stinks. And she told me it could be a number of things, but I know what my triggers are, and I know when the auras start, and now I have medication to take, and I should never have to deal with this again. And in retrospect, I really, really hate myself. I'm really mad at myself. So please, you guys, if you have something going on health-wise, go to your doctor, because I am so mad at myself. I've lost entire days, 1, 2, sometimes 3 days in a row. I've lost days of my life and days that I could have been working because I was down with the migraine when I could have just went to the doctor and not been stubborn. Our store is suffering right now. We're not selling what we should. I haven't been able to work. I've lost entire days. I'm mad. Don't do it. All right, let's jump into I did tell you guys I'm going to do the drawing today. I'm going to give $20 out to one lucky winner, and I'm going to have Keith film it so you guys can see the entire process. And then I'm going to show you some shoes. So we went to yard sales over the weekend on Saturday, which probably was part of the cause of the migraine hitting that night because we were outside and there was pressure in the air and all of that, but whatever. So we found this neighborhood community sale, right? And the first house we went to, I blew our entire budget. I spent $100. We always take $100 with us when we go yard selling. We take $100 cash and we yard sell until we've either hit every yard sale on the yard sale map or we're out of money. That's just our general rule that we do. That's not to say if we find something really great that we won't spend more, because you're clearly dumb to not spend more if you find something great, right? If you let's say you have spent $90, you got $10 in your wallet, and you find a $20 Polaroid camera that's going to sell for $300, absolutely ask them to hold it while you run to the ATM or whatever. But we just, as in general, we go until we spend $100 or until we've exhausted our available yard sales. So the first stop, I spent $100, and we just called it a day and came home. Here's the thing. I have so many, I want to swear so bad. I have so many flippin' shoes right now. You guys probably saw the shoe haul from the church sale a couple weekends ago. You saw the shoes I bought from the lady going out of business. And now I have 21 more pairs of shoes. And I haven't touched any of them. And I'm still mad at myself because I could have spent the whole weekend. But, you know, hindsight is 20/20. And I will be moving forward, hopefully headache-free on medication and attacking these. So I got 2 boxes here. Keith put them up on chairs for me. We'll start with this one. So we walked into this lady's yard, and I saw a bunch of these. Shoe people, you know what these are. I saw a bunch of these on one table, right? And next to it was a whole nother table full of shoes. And these were all pretty amazing. The other table full of shoes was either pretty good or eh. But you know what? You know me, go big or go home. So I found the lady that was running the yard sale, and I said, listen, I want all your shoes. And she's like, you what? And I said, I want to buy all your shoes, all of them. The whole table, all the shoes. I want them. What kind of deal can you give me? And her sister was with her, and she said, and I know she's her sister because she said sis. She said, sis, remember those nursing shoes are really, really expensive. And her sister was like, I know. So she walked over to the table with me, and she's like, well, you know, I was going to ask $20 a pair for these. And she had 8 of these. So that would have been $160, right? But I kind of looked at her, and I'm like, well, and she's like, well, I wanted $20 a pair, and I know I can get that. But if you're willing to buy all 8 pairs off of me, I'll give them to you for $80. I'll cut you half off so you can just take all of them off my hands. And I was like, okay. And I said, well, what about all the other ones, all the rest of them over here on this table? And she kind of went and thought about it for a minute, and she's like, I'll tell you what, you just give me $100 and I'll give you all the shoes. So we gave her $100, and she gave us all the shoes, and it was kind of meant to be, I guess, because she, you know, quoted 80 on the 8 pairs of these, which are definitely worth it. And then the other 13 pair, $20, and her total was $100, which is our limit. So, hey, welcome in, review that. And Sydney, when did you sneak in? I didn't see Sydney sneak in, but hi, Sydney. So $100, 21 pairs of shoes. That's not quite $4 a pair, right? I don't do that. So let's start with these. These are shoes. I always say that when I don't know what the hell they are. These are Dulce Vitas. And they're just like slip-on booties. They're leather or suede. Suede. And so these are nice. Dulce Vita. Let you guys say it one more time. And these are super cute. Sydney saw these in a picture that day. These are cute. They're open-toed, high-heeled booty things, and they're Toms, guys. They're Toms. I may still be learning shoes, but I know most of the really good ones when I see them. These ones, like I said, are just okay. But for the deal I got, absolutely. So these are Anne Klein Go. They're pink. This light doesn't do them justice, but they are pink suede slip-ons. And if you're looking at the bottoms of all of these shoes, this lady, I think, either took really, really good care of her shoes, or she just had a shoe problem and bought a ton of shoes that she just kept in her closet and never wore, and then decided to get rid of at a yard sale. Because almost all of these look like new. They look like new. They don't have a lot of wear. They don't look worn or anything. This is just like the purple pair, except, I'm sorry, these are just like the pink pair, except they're purple. And they're suede. And again, look at the bottoms. I don't know if this woman just took really good care of her shoes, or she just seriously had like a shoe shopping problem and just bought so many she never wore half of them. I know women like that, trust me. These are also suede, so she must have really liked suede. These zip in the back. And they have, they tie as well, right there. These are Angela Grace. So those are just cute dress shoes. Again, those have a little something on the bottom, but I mean, these are all like really nice looking. We got, oh, I do well with these. I don't know if anyone else does. They don't go for a lot of money. I usually get about 20 to 22 depending on how they look. These are plain, so they'll probably be like 20 plus shipping on eBay, and sometimes I can get like 22 on Poshmark for the naturalizer. And these are the N5 Comforts. I do well with those too. So I'm excited about those. Like I said, they don't do very, $20, but they also pay shipping. So typically I get these at Goodwill for 99 cents. So I would profit $16 on one pair of shoes. Audrey Brooke. Slip-ons. Really good condition. Look at this. I don't really think she wore her shoes, to be honest. I just don't. Love the red. Rhonda says they should all do well. Look at these. Look how cute. So these are like slip-on flats. These are Chinese laundry. There, you can see it. And they lace up across the foot. That is so not my fave. I don't know if I can bring myself to wear used shoes, but those are cute. But they're not my size, so we'll never know. Earthix. More suede. This woman liked her suede. These are wedges. She really liked her suede. The more I look at these, the more I'm really thinking she just had a shoe buying problem and never wore them. Here's the other Chinese laundry guy. Franco Sarto. Slip-on suede flats. They're just black slip-on suedes. And again, the bottoms are nice. And we bought, these are leather. Glacy of the Moment. Can you see it? And these are like sandals that kind of go up part way. And they fasten with the hook and loop because you can't, just dropping stuff. You can't say Velcro on eBay, so I'll have to call this hook and loop. But I really think these are adorable. Those are cute. And one more pair in that box. These are aerosols. So these are another pair of wedges. These are leather, slingback. These are also hook and loop. All right, now we're gonna go over to this box. Like I said, there were 21 pairs of shoes. 8 of them were home runs. So I'm gonna try to leave the home runs for the last. These are Liz Claiborne Flex. So this is another pair I would pick up for 99 cents and probably sell for 20. But like I said, when you're getting all of them for one big deal, it's cool. It's cool. These, I don't know. I have a red pair of these that have been sitting for almost 2 years. And I know they say all things will eventually sell. But we did have a new and box pair of red Under Armour metal spike cleats we got for $5 at a yard sale 2 years ago. I started them at 60 plus shipping. They're down to like 10 on Poshmark and like 12 plus shipping on eBay because they've just been around forever. No one wants them. I don't know if it's the style or that they're red. I got a bag of shoelaces for free. Bonus. I mean, I'll list these too. Maybe I'll have better luck with these because they're black. I don't know. Maybe it was because they were red. Who knows? Maybe I need to put the price back up for Q4 and see if I can get 60, huh? I got another pair of suede. This woman likes her suede. Aerosols. And look at those. Those have not been worn. I can guarantee you. These have not been worn. These are the kind of shoes I like to find. Because I, number one, think shoes are skeevy. They still gross me out a little bit. And I don't like to have to spend a lot of time on them or a lot of work or a lot of effort or a lot of cleaning. I like to find shoes like this that look like new, clean on the bottom. I can just, I might lint roll these just because they're suede. Maybe they need a little wiping. They won't require a lot of work and I can just photograph them. That's the kind of stuff I like. I'm pulling the chair closer. All right. We may just be down to the expensive home runs. I'm going to start pulling them out. These are so awesome. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there were 8 pairs of these. So we'll start looking at these. These are all Dansko, the mule clog nursing shoes. They all are like new. Look at that. And they're all unique. So when I comped the Dansko nursing shoes, I saw prices. You know, you always are going to see prices all over the place because you got turds who race to the bottom and you got people who price high. But I saw some plain ones going for like 60 plus shipping, 50 plus shipping. And each pair of these that I bought are unique in some way. So I'm hopeful that I could price a little bit higher because mine are unique in some way. They, like these, are kind of like a snakeskin print and they're very shiny. These ones have, I don't know what you'd call that. Oh, it's writing. I don't know what you'd call that. It's English. It looked like scrolls. But these say, breathe, embrace, be your world. I guess just all different kinds of things. But from far away, it looks like just design. But this has words all over it. Encouragement nursing shoes. And look at the bottoms of those. Yeah, Sydney 80 to 90 because they're so unique. I mean, these ones have words on them. They're all shiny and pretty. Like, I really don't know that she wore these at all. These are the Mary Jane style. These are more plain. So these I might have to settle for 60 or 70. They are cute in the fact that they're Mary Jane and they have the back strap, but they're just like a plain brownish burgundy color. They don't have anything really super special going on. This pair has the brown and black like striped weave going on. Bottoms are super nice. They're really shiny. They're also pretty and shiny. And these ones are cool. These are not shiny, but they're, I don't even know what the heck you would call that. Mottled. These are not Danskin, by the way. These are a different one. These are clogs. But they are still in really good shape. And multicolored and cute. Nursing shoes do well. I was in the healthcare field. I know. I used to wear stuff like this. They're really good support for your feet. They help your feet not ache when you're on them all day. These are clogs also. And they keep your back from hurting. I mean, if you don't have a back injury, like if you have a normal person back, and you're on your feet all day, these help. I used to wear stuff like this all the time. All the nurses and me. Hey, Harlan, welcome in. So yeah, 8 pairs of nursing shoes. 3 were 3 were these clogs, and 5 were the Danskos. Look at these. Look at how good of shape those are in. They're shiny. They're silver. They're awesome. And this is the last pair of shoes. So if you guys have any questions for me, put them in the chat now and I'll try to get to everyone. They don't have to be about this shoe haul. They can be about this shoe haul. It could be about yard selling, shoes, reselling, plush, headaches, migraines, rain, whatever. I know a lot of people are asking what to do with their stores. The people that are down south in the hurricane path, which, by the way, everyone that is down south in the hurricane path, please be safe and please be prepared. I know they keep saying it's going to move, but it's better to be over-prepared than under-prepared. And I used to live in North Carolina for 5 years. I got hit by a Hurricane 4 and a Hurricane 5 once. I don't know if you guys remember Floyd. It is better to be prepared, absolutely. So please, 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 if you are down there and you are anywhere where the hurricane is going to head, even if you're just going to get heavy winds and rains from the outside bands, please protect yourselves. Please be prepared. Please be safe. I always recommend people not to put their stores on vacation mode because it takes a really long time to recover from vacation mode. I always recommend people just put their handling time out, and then when you get back, you can just start mailing your stuff, and you don't have that recovery time. Vacation mode can ruin your statistics. It can ruin how you show up in the search engine. It can ruin how Cassini treats you for a long time. It can take a long time to recover. Most resellers are going to tell you that. But the asterisk here is if you are in Florida or the Carolinas or anywhere, Georgia, where this may hit, if your post office is closed for 2 weeks, or if you lose power for 2 weeks, you can't get online and move your handling back out. There's nothing you can do. You're stuck. If you lose your power or your internet, or you guys get hit, or your post offices are closed, there's no way for you to go back on and change that handling time. So the asterisk here, it's kind of like you have to weigh the pros and cons, and it's almost more viable to go on vacation mode because you can set that out and just leave it and have a message go out to buyers that you're in the path of the hurricane, and they'll get that message if they go to buy from you, and hopefully be understanding enough that they'll either go buy from someone else or they'll buy from you and wait. And then if you did get hit, and if you lost your power for 2 weeks, or your post office was closed for 2 weeks, you've got that vacation mode on. You don't have to worry about changing your handling time, and that message is going to go out to people that you were hit by the hurricane, and you'll be back, when things are back to normal. It's going to take you some time to recover, but I think that offsets what if you set your handling time for 5 days and you lose power for 2 weeks? You could get hit with shipping dings, and yeah, they'll most likely remove them. eBay is usually pretty good about removing shipping dings and stuff like that from people in the path of a natural disaster, but it's still a hassle. You have to get on the phone, you have to get fixed. It's just a pain in the ass. I would honestly just recommend never, ever, ever go on vacation mode, ever, unless you're about to be hit by a natural disaster and you could possibly lose your power for a while. Right. Sydney is absolutely correct. It's better to be over-prepared. It's better to go on vacation mode, board up your house, all that good stuff, because every time they say it's not going to be big, it is. So, hey Megan, hi. I haven't seen you in a long time. How's it going down in Texas? I saw some of your Instagrams posts and the jeans that you were finding. That was awesome. Better Barbie, are you in Jacksonville, Florida, or North Carolina? Just curious. I'm assuming you mean Florida, but eBay's fall seller update just dropped today. That's how out of it I am. So I guess I'll be doing a video on the update tomorrow. I have one more pair of shoes to show you, but if you guys have any questions, throw them in now and I'll try to answer and get to everybody's questions. I just wanted to drop that in there because I did see this morning when I was trying to catch up on social media that the biggest question is, do I go on vacation mode? And my answer would almost always be no, except in this instance. I used to live near Jacksonville, Wilmington, North Carolina. Anyway, these are cloth. Look at these. They're like yarn. They're like fuzzy. I don't even know what to call them, but they're cool. Again, super clean on the bottom. Super nice looking. These are more Danskos. And they're really fuzzy. They almost feel like slippers. They feel like yarn or like a really soft sweater, I guess. Megan says Texas is okay. Not a fan so far. It's definitely different if you're from Alaska originally, and then you lived in, was it Oregon or Washington, Megan? Remind me. Absolutely different climate, different vegetation. It's just a different everything. Megan, you're late to the party. I have 8 pairs of Danskos. No, I don't. I'm lying to you. I have 5 pairs of Danskos and 3 pairs of these clogs and 13 other pairs of shoes. I already showed $100 for all 21 pairs of shoes. But yeah, Texas is going to absolutely be different for you. I was born and raised in Tucson, Arizona, and my dad's family all lived up in Oregon, which is similar to Washington, and it's definitely different. And then I lived in North Carolina for 5 years. And then I lived on the east coast of PA for 10 years, and I'm in Pittsburgh. And every time I went home, so I left Tucson when I was 18, lived in North Carolina for 5 years, went home for 5 years, lived out east, went home, now I'm here. I guess I'm just trying to find where I belong, and Pittsburgh's not it, let me tell you. Anyway, yeah, I did really well. For everyone else that came in late, I will repeat the beginning of the story just because it's so amazing. She had 8 pairs of these. She wanted $20 a pair. When I offered to buy the whole table of all 21 pairs of shoes, she gave me the 8 pairs of these for $80 and the other 13 pairs of shoes for only $20. And that includes Tom's and some other really good filler bread and butter shoes. So I have lots of shoes. Oh my God, shoes to list. I gotta get to work. I have been down and out for 3 days, dying, and now I'm not dying, and I gotta get back into the groove of things. So I will be back tomorrow. I didn't realize the Q4 thing dropped today. I'll be back tomorrow to talk about that. Just my usual. I usually go over the main points. Sometimes I'll read a little bit on a screen share, and I give you guys like my opinion or what I think it means for us as sellers. So I'll be reading that tonight, getting that video out to you tomorrow, which is already Thursday. Geez. Friday I'll be doing a what's sold on Poshmark in August video for you guys. And I don't know what the weekend holds yet, but hopefully I'll have some good content out there for you guys. I gotta bust my butt and get some photos taken and get some listing done on eBay as well. So, again, please, if you are down south, please be prepared, be safe, take care of yourself, your family, your friends, your dogs, your cats. Don't forget your pets. I hear every year during the hurricanes that something happens to these poor little animals, so don't forget your pets. Take care. If you lose power, make sure when everything comes back on, that's what I wanted to say. When everything comes back on and you can start shipping again, everyone make sure you call eBay. I do know that most of the time people tell really good stories about eBay being really nice and kind and making sure that no one gets shipping defects. They can see where your address is, so they can tell if you were affected. Other than that, go be productive, guys. Again, take what I said to heart from the beginning of the show. If you have some kind of chronic pain or something, go to your doctor. Don't wait a year. Don't do what I did. If you can give yourself relief and function better in life, you should always choose that option instead of being stubborn and not going to the doctor. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with the Q4 update from eBay. And go make some money. Go be productive. Let me thank you guys again so much. I still haven't read all of them. There were so many messages that poured in while I was sick. So I'll be looking at those today. Thank you though. I really appreciate it. And thank you for hanging out with me today. Thank you for looking at my shoes with me. I was so excited about these stupid shoes that I got for $100 for 21 pairs. I mean, I was like really super stoked. So thanks for coming to look at them with me. Go be productive. Go make some money. You guys are the best. Bye.